Our media availabilities. We are now joined by, I think, Bubba Wallace, driver of the number 2311 Toyota. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get a mic over to you. We'll start right here in the front.
Should I do this the whole time in the mask?
Sure.
That's too hot. This is my altitude training. That's what we established. You all got your pictures, right? We're good.
Perfect.
Hello, Mr. Wallace. Good morning. I only have two quick questions. In a motorsport where liveries and even special liveries are extremely creative and extremely fun, what motivates you to be one of the fan favorite drivers based on your liveries, including your collaborations with McDonald's and Star Wars?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think our team does a really good job with our partners to represent the brand the right way, but also in just a fun, innovative way that's different and not your same traditional things that you've been seeing, whether it's plastered around the town or just things that you've seen over the years. And so I think we do a really good job. All of our paint schemes on all of our cars are, for the most part, really, really sharp and out there and different, and that's what we want to be. We're big on being different.
Okay, and my second question, this might be a little bit of a throwback, but are you or are you not James Pumphrey's best friend?
James Bond?
No, James Pumphrey.
Who's that?
From Donut Media.
I don't know. You'd have to show me a picture. I'm terrible with names and faces.
It's from an old video that they uploaded about the Octos beat with Richard Petty,
that's going way back.
Where they said that you were his best friend, and you had a little cameo when you said, "James, stop telling everyone you're my best friend."
I guess so. I don't remember. With Petty, that's 5 years ago at least. So I'm going to take your word that we are best friends.
Thank you.
No problem.
We're going to go in the back to Jordan. Then we'll come down to Jerry and Bob.
Jordan Bianchi, The Athletic. There was a time in your career it felt like road courses were not something you at all looked forward to. Has your mindset now changed with more of the success you're having now and how you've gotten more consistent on these?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've always said, no matter how pissed off I was after a practice or qualifying or a race after a road course in years past, I always said I enjoyed them because it was different. It was, it's not just turning left and the same old stuff that we're normally used to, right? And so it was just once the competitive side kicked in, which was always lap one, it was just really hard for me to find the enjoyment inside of, said weekend. I look at Chicago. We've been fast every time we've unloaded. Bad luck has struck twice there. Roval, really good finishes there. Multiple top 10 finishes, I believe. Always have speed there. Hell, Coda qualified second this year. So it's starting to click. It takes me back to the time, I think that was, I don't know if it was my rookie year when Casey Kane drove the 95. Was that 2018 or 2019? 18? So that was my rookie year. We were sitting in the driver's meeting at Sonoma. I had qualified next to last or something. And he walks up and he says, I was in the same boat once, and all of a sudden it just clicked. And I think he's won a couple road course races. I think he won at Sonoma, right, one year. He was like, you don't know what it is, and all of a sudden it just clicks. And so I feel like we're in that transition period where it's clicking. We're putting in a lot of work, a lot of effort leading up to each and every road course weekend. We're already starting to prep for Chicago coming up, prep for this for the last month and change now. So yeah, I mean, I embrace it every time it comes about because it is a race. There is points on the line. It is a very important weekend, and I don't have the mindset to just ride around with the top down. Like, I might suck, but I'm going to give it my all, and I think that's where I would get in trouble before, is I would just start trying too hard with no plan. I'm just like, well, let's see if this works, and it doesn't. And so now just kind of understanding where to position the car and what to do on 5-lap tires versus 20-lap tires is different now, and you have all those bulletin points built up. And so all that being said, excited to get on track, looking forward to it. It's just, for me, another opportunity, a fresh set of downs to go out and capitalize on.
Come over here to Jerry. and then we'll go to Bob.
Jerry Jordan, KickingTheTires.net. So do we call you in our stories Bubba Luchadora now, or do we change?
Whatever you want. I'm embracing it. I'm actually having a good time, and being down here has actually been a lot of fun. I think I'm honestly excited to see Suarez in his element, like from away from the racetrack and embracing his home culture. Like, I can't imagine how big this is for him, and I get joy out of that just thinking about that for him. And so I seen Ryan's video this week. There's one rule this weekend is to not wreck Suarez, and I'm like, I didn't think about that, but I'm definitely adopting that rule too.
And when did you get here, and what are some of the things you've done so far to enjoy the sights? Because we've been here since Wednesday, some of us, and it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, I got to go. Chase just walked in, so enjoy the time. Now, we got here Wednesday afternoon, and Thursday morning, Mobile One, partner of ours, we had a early morning and spent time on Davis, what were they called? Trajineras. Did I say that right to my locals here? I think so. Did some racing on the water with Ruben, and that was a lot of fun, and got to just dive deeper into the Mexican culture and understand, eating different foods and candies and stuff. And they love their spice here, and it's good. So I think the spice levels here compared to back home in the States is, they will bring out 3 different sauces, right? And they're like, this one's good, this one's medium, this one's really hot. Like they warn you beforehand, right? And we do the same, right? This one's really hot. Well, when you go home, ours is stupid hot. No flavor, nothing at all, right? Their hottest one has a little bit of a kick, has a decent kick to it, but it has a tremendous amount of flavor to go with it. And so I'm like, they're doing it right down here. So I do appreciate that fact. I think we're just looking for who can be in more pain the most in the States, and that's good for us. Yeah.
All right, we'll go to Bob.
Bob Pockris, Fox Sports. Where'd you get the Lucha Libre mask, and is there something about that one that you particularly like?
I was just handed it as I was walking over here from NASCAR themselves. So the NASCAR team gave this to me, so I appreciate that. So do all the drivers get them?
That's the first I've seen. I hope they all get them.
Yeah, I know. That's right. It's sick. Damn it. Oh, well, I put it on in public. So if I would have known that, I would have went back to the hauler, done it proper, and then I'm new to the culture, dog. Give me some slack.
We'll take 2 more questions. We'll go over here to the left, and then we'll go right here in the middle.
Yeah. I want to ask about the calendar of the NASCAR. This is the first race outside of the United States and Latin America, but do you think the NASCAR is ready to go outside of America to other countries? And what countries do you want to see in the calendar? And the second question is about the track limits. NASCAR are using tire packs in the corners. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so to the tire packs, I'll answer that really quick because we were just talking about that in the hauler. I think it's good for us. Us Cup drivers, we push to find the limits of the race car and the racetracks, right? And it seems like we're always revamping the racetrack to cater to drivers' needs. And it's like, well, the track needs to be wider here for us. Slow down and we can make the corner. Like we're taking a racetrack and making it Cup Cars 2.0, and it doesn't make sense to me. And so I was a big fan of the tire packs. It forces you to stay track limits. And I spent majority of my time in the sim staying tidy and staying on the racetrack, on the racing surface. And I think hopefully that pays dividends for when we do get on track later. So I'm a big fan of the tire packs and keeping us in line and staying on the racing surface. And to the calendar question, I think this is a massive step for us to be here in this demographic and this market. And I think if we can iron out the kinks of logistics and traveling, we've all seen the travel nightmares that some teams have had over the last 24 hours. I think if we could come together and figure out some solid plan that we won't have to run into that issue again. Nothing's ever the same, right? I think it can be done. I think the leadership has done a good job so far of everything that's in place for us to get here and to put on an event for the local crowd here in Mexico. the real answer to that will have to be post-race, just to see once we go through it all. Like, this is my first couple hours on the racetrack grounds, and I've enjoyed it so far. I've enjoyed being away from the racetrack. I've enjoyed my time at the racetrack. So there's no reason why we can't create this environment somewhere else across the seas. It's just the logistics of it all is really, really hard. And I know the teams go through a lot of stress. Our truck drivers are the heroes for this week, traveling 25,000 miles, somewhere around that number, if I'm correct, just to not go home and have an off weekend, but we go right back to Pocono, and it's still game on for the next several weeks. So logistics need to be worked out for sure, but I think we can do it.
All right, we'll take one last question here in the middle.
Good morning, everyone. Two questions. Bubba, as one of NASCAR top drivers, how important do you think is that the NASCAR Cup Series is coming to Mexico for the first time in history? Another one, the arrival of the NASCAR Cup Series in Mexico City unfortunately got along with a difficult week for the Mexican and Latino community in the United States due to ICE immigration raids. How strong is the support from the Latino community for NASCAR in the USA? And what message would you share with Latino fans who are going through this difficult situation?
Yeah, so I'll be honest with you, I haven't paid much attention to the outside world and the news and stuff like that. And I think for us and the image that we have been trying to portray as a sport, at least for the last 5 years, when everything was kind of flipped on its head, is making this inclusive for all. Making it special for everyone to attend our sport and to have fun and cheer on their favorite driver. And like I mentioned earlier, I couldn't be more proud and excited for Suarez, and understanding that he's put in a lot of work with NASCAR to make this all happen and to make it special for all of us. And to see NASCAR support his decisions and needs and wants to make sure that everybody is safe, not just the drivers, but fans and family and friends and all this. Everybody is safe, and they feel important just as much as the drivers do. I think a lot of credit goes for Suarez, but a lot of credit goes for NASCAR for supporting those actions. And your first question was how important was it the race being here? I think it's, seeing how much of a Latino fan base that we have has been great. For me, as being on the driver's side, when I don't know my demographic numbers and the breakdowns of what it is, but I feel like the Latino side has been high up, and I appreciate that. I mean, walking in, a lot of the track officials, a lot of the fans here are wanting to take pictures, and part of me is questioning, like, I hope they know I'm not Suarez. So, joke, haha, funny. Went over their heads, but it's just been really cool. I think for me, it's just enjoying it every step of the way, trying to be the best driver I can be on and off the racetrack, and allowing everybody to come and celebrate with us.
All right, Bubba. Thanks for your time today. Good luck this weekend.
Have a good day.